You grow up in a place where food rations are a way of life, where every phone call feels like someone else is listening, and where privacy wasn't just a feature, it was a fantasy. Years later, that same kid builds the most secure messaging app in the world. Want to guess what app that is? It is WhatsApp, one that would sell for $19 billion. Crazy, right? Well, that's the real-life story of a man who turned a tough start into one of the biggest tech deals in history. Welcome to another episode of Untold Tech Success Stories, where we dive into the journeys of people who didn't just beat the odds, they shattered expectations and rewrote the rules. Some stories are about luck, others, they're about survival. And this one is about a man who refused to let his past define his future. Jan Koum was born in Kyiv, Ukraine in 1976, back when the Soviet Union still controlled everything. Life was tough, so tough that his family had to share one apartment with no hot water. And if you thought childhood was carefree, think again. Government surveillance was a part of daily life. People had to watch what they said, where they said it, and who they said it to. At 16, he and his mother packed their lives into suitcases and moved to the US, chasing the kind of freedom that most of us take for granted. But the American dream? It didn't exactly roll out a red carpet for him. They lived in a tiny apartment, survived on food stamps, and struggled to make ends meet. His mother worked as a babysitter. Jan, he cleaned floors at a grocery store. Now here's a question. If you had to scrub toilets and stand in welfare lines just to survive, would you still believe you could make it? Despite it all, Jan had one thing, an obsession with computers. He taught himself how to code, devoured every programming book he could find, and eventually landed a job at Yahoo. But even with a steady paycheck, he never forgot what it felt like to be powerless. He hated ads. He hated companies that treated users like products. He wanted to build something different. So in 2009, after leaving Yahoo, he and his friend Brian Acton started working on an idea, an app that would let people communicate freely, without ads, without surveillance, without nonsense. They called it WhatsApp. Now, let's be real. If someone told you they were building another messaging app in 2009, you'd probably laugh. Facebook Messenger was there, SMS was there, BlackBerry Messenger 2 Go, and few others. Did the world really need another chat app? Well, Jan thought so, because unlike the others, WhatsApp wasn't just another app. It was personal. It was a way for people like him, who had lived under surveillance, to talk without worrying about who was listening. It was built on one principle: privacy first. And it worked. WhatsApp spread like wildfire. No ads, no clutter, just simple, secure messaging. By 2014, it had over 400 million users. And that's when Facebook came knocking, with $19 billion in hand. $19 billion from a kid who once relied on food stamps? Let that sink in. But here's where it gets interesting. Jan didn't just take the money and run. He joined Facebook, hoping to keep WhatsApp's vision alive. But as time passed, the very thing he feared started creeping in: ads, data tracking, privacy concerns. And in 2018, he did something most people wouldn't dare to do. He walked away. Yes, he left hundreds of millions of dollars on the table because to him, principles mattered more than profits.
From the day we started the company, we always felt that doing advertising in our product would be a very wrong thing to do.
So here's a debate for you. Was Jan Koum right to leave WhatsApp when Facebook started changing things, or should he have stayed and fought for his vision? And more importantly, in a world where privacy is constantly being invaded, do we really have control over our data anymore? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if there's another tech success story you'd love to see, let us know. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.